Hey there, my name's Tori. I've been hunting for many years. Mostly it's been hiking through the forest, a little bit of still hunting, a little bit of run and gun, but lately I've been trying a different style, and I got myself a lone wolf sit and climb tree stand, and I'm going to give it a try. One thing though is I am a bit of a stickler for safety, so trying to always be aware of the safe way to do it. I got 4 kids and a beautiful wife. I want to come home to them. So anyway, this is just a little video I took here, just about me setting it up and some things that I see, and how I did it my way. First thing you may notice is I do things a little bit different. I never did hook up the straps that came with the stand. I have a meat pack here that I use. It's got a built-in pouch. It's got some quick little pull straps to cinch it up. It's got a real high density, looks like a PE type of a skeleton. Got some really good MOLLE straps and a hip belt on it. So I figure I would just use this, drop it in like a hind quarter, and cinch it up tight. Saves me packing 2 different things. And I got my my meat pack right there, so if I get something, I'm all done, and then I can pack something out right off the bat, get that meat cooled off. Anyway, so this is how I do it. It seems to slide in and out pretty easy, and that's the first thing that I do that's different than maybe most. Another thing that I'm doing slightly different. This comes with a safety harness rated for 300 pounds, or 350 actually. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'1", about 275, so everything that I have is within tolerances and within safety guidelines that make me happy and comfortable anyway. Enough safe margin of safety. So instead of using the harness that came with it, I'm going to use this Hunter tree stand harness. It was one of the lighter weight models, extra large for me, or 3XL actually. A little bit easier to get on and off, and less likely to be tangled, so maybe a little easier for me to put on and off. This one goes on pretty slick. Of course you want to do this ahead of time and have it all ready to go. And that's it. Pretty much self-explanatory there, the way I just threw it on. Have the suspension relief if I need it. I'm not going to unravel that and test that all out today, but you can see quickly it's got a couple little quick release. Hopefully I don't bump them by accident if you're ever up in the tree, but it comes off pretty easy, just like a vest. Pretty straightforward. So that's what I'm going to use today. Just use this one. Very likely I may have it on at the truck or at base camp, and just wear it underneath my gear, or sorry, on top of my gear, and ready to go. First thing, well, one of the first things that I did when I bought this is I went online, checked out YouTube, saw a few other reviews, and decided that this was the one that I wanted. There's some other great reviews on these, some tips, some add-ons. A fellow named Sean has some real good stuff. If you Google that, you'll see he's got some good suggestions and tips, plenty of others as well. One of the things that I've looked at doing, I still have to do a couple more small little loops that I'm going to tie on here with some parachute cord. I'm just going to hang my bag for now with any of my lunch, my camera, anything that I want to keep in there. It'll just follow up with me, and then when I get up there, then I can do it. I'll probably do something a little better with that as I go, but like I said, first time here. A couple things right off the bat, you got to pay attention which side is up. Once you've done it once or twice, and it seems pretty obvious, but the first time I had to look at it. Looks like it's pretty well built. I can see that this bark here is it's solid enough, but it does have a little bit of give, so I'll have to make sure that I get a good bite on those teeth when they go in. Everything else looks good, so I'm going to give it a try. I must say I feel pretty safe here. The platform is quite solid. A little bit of wiggling around to get this seat to sit in properly. I must say not too fussy about the way that's set up. These slides, they slide up and down. The seat kind of scrunches on itself. But I've now tethered it to the bar underneath for the climbing. And we'll see if that makes a little bit of difference. Everything else seems to be working pretty good. Hooked on another little rope here just to have my little bag so I can get my water and stuff. Everything else is all good. Alright, I got myself seated down here. You can see where my feet would like to just rest comfortably is right at the ends of where the stand, the construction is there. I don't know if you can see that. But I may have to look at either building a little add-on bar there, or even getting the one that Lone Wolf makes. Those two little pieces that extend on there and give you a little bit of a footrest. I may need to do that. Otherwise, I'm kind of crunched under a little bit, and I gotta, get a little bit of leg cramp. I could see that coming after a while. The seat is not the most comfortable in the world. I'll have to adjust that seat a little bit on the height. I can feel just a little bit too much of my weight pressing on that bar, but that's just an adjustment. But overall, it's quite steady and pretty solid. Alright, I've been up in my stand here for half an hour now, giving it a good little test. And I think being a big guy, I should have got maybe the sitting and the wide model. When I'm sitting down here, I can feel these two buckles on the side here. I've got this adjusted so that it comes all the way forward, so that it comes over top of the bar rather than sitting behind it. It does help a little bit keeping this bar forward as much as possible, but the overall seat design is not super comfy, and I can see that definitely that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for an all-day hunt. I may have to do some modifications, or I may have to look and see how much difference there is in width on the wider models.